Okay, so here's how this is going to work. I am very well aware that Alan Becker has a couple of different series that are worth watching. So what I'll do, if this video does well, and you guys really enjoy watching me watch this, then as we get through this series, we will also watch the Animation versus Minecraft and maybe his other series as well. But only if this video does well. So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment down below. Maybe type a word of like how awesome I am and what color you enjoy me looking like the most. And yeah, let's check this out. For all intents and purposes, I watched some of this when I was really young on Newgrounds. God, that makes you realize how old we are. The fact that this kind of stuff is still coming out. In fact, the latest episode of this came out 9 months ago. We are in the modern year of 2025, and we are still getting Animator versus Animation. Holy shooly, boy. So, let's start with episode 1 and work our way through. It's like an epic anime, and I promise I will not try to distract myself too much as my animation. If anything, Animator versus Animation is a very good example as to how simplicity of animation can just help fundamentals. Because there's nothing complicated about stick figure characters, right? But if you animate them really well, they can come up with some really epic things. I love the ingenuity, right? Because you gotta think, this came out, what, 15 years ago in its original form? And this person just came out with something that was very fourth wall breaking. I think I might be mistaken, but I'm daring to say that this might have been one of the first like animations that really broke the boundaries of the fourth wall. And I love it. So, let's carry on. Look at the little stick guy. You have created something, and within 5 seconds of it spawning, it wants to kill you. That's very fitting, really. You wanted to play with animations, but now you're playing God! Like, this is on Flash, dude! This is on Flash animation! I used to use this software back in the day. This is so evidently just the kind of creativity that, like, ADHD kids in their high school classes would have in their imagination. Oh, swiping at the delete button. Oh no, things are getting out of hand. Now there's 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and they've got a shuriken. Oh God. So what are you going to do now, creator, huh? Your creation has taken hold. You know, this does really remind me of those desktop mates you used to have back in the day. I still remember to this day, when I was in my 6th year of primary school, I downloaded a desktop mate called Sheep, or the Woolly Sheep, I think. And I was sat there with this cute little sheep on my desk, and I started telling my friends about it, and they were like, "Oh, we should can we get that too?" So a bunch of my friends in the class downloaded the sheep as well. And then as we started the lesson, the teacher stood up in front of the class and used their screen projector to show our monitors with the sheep on it. And was like, "So I've noticed that there's been a flock growing on your screens. Now this is very adorable and everything, but I want you to show something." The teacher then went through the folders as to where it was downloaded and showed us that it was a virus. We all got a very quick lesson as to why you do not download random apps you find on the internet. And the teacher then went around saying, "So whoever did this, not that I'm going to get you in trouble, but you shouldn't do this." And then someone on the other side of the class was like, "It was Makari. Makari did it. Makari told us about it." I was like, "Oh, fuck off, Billy." about at this point, when your computer becomes animated like this, you just shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. You have control. You just turn it off, start again, delete everything. Ew, that juicy MIDI sound. Oh, you poor deluded fool, as if you didn't learn the first time. Oh no! The power of the creative mindset, I suppose. I mean, again, it is very much that notion of this. This is the kind of shit that was going on in our minds whilst we were bored in geography class. You fool! You've created your own network. Oh, that's a shotgun. And that's the Halo gun. Yeah, I don't think there's actually an aim and fire sub menu for this browser. But then again, Windows XP was a very long time ago. He's broken containment! Actually, that just made me realize. You know, there's something to be said when you realize that this would unironically be an SCP containment breach in the modern sitting. SCP-0101 has escaped containment. What a little asshole! That's my stuff! Oh shit, here comes Firefox! See, back in the day, this was, oh my freaking bones, dude. Look at these icons. Adobe Photoshop 7.0. Look at the OG Firefox icon and the Windows Media Player. Oh, I am rotting. I miss Flash. I do. I used to love animating. Flash was the first thing I ever learned to animate in. Oh god, I'm rotting. I'm rotting. I'm rotting. Help! I created something and it's escaped containment! I'm dealing with the consequence of my actions! Ah! Oh. Oh no! Well, now you gotta deal with it. So it's at this point that you here's my suggestion. It might not be the best suggestion, but it is a suggestion. Just rub a magnet on your hard drive. I'm sure that'll solve the problem. Yeah, no, absolutely. Just rub a like at this point, you already have scorched earth on your computer. At this point, your computer is a desolate wasteland. So why not just double down and brick the entire thing? Just saying. Holy 2012 Avast antivirus. Holy crap. Back in the day when we had antiviruses.
Caution. A virus has been detected.
God, nostalgia. Yep, that seems about right. That's the way you do it. That's the way you stop a sentient AI from destroying your computer. Oh. You know, this was a very forward-thinking animation. Oh boy, you remember the old days of pop-up blocker and all that kind of stuff? Like back in the day when the internet was a very early thing and it was so easy to get pop-ups appearing on your computer. Remember when you had to download a pop-up blocker and the pop-up blocker was very likely a virus in of itself that would give you more pop-ups? I remember those days. In fact, funny story. When I was about 16, 17, and I had my very own computer, I was just getting into the world of the internet, and I was visiting websites like Gaia Online and whatever else. At some point, I had clicked a link that had downloaded a virus onto my computer and started giving me some pop-ups. And, I didn't really think much of it. I would just close them down. They would be a bit frustrating, sure. Until one day I decided to get a pop-up blocker. Now, that pop-up blocker was the worst thing I could have possibly chosen to have done, because that pop-up blocker not only didn't stop the pop-ups, but it started bringing up even more pop-ups. And this went on for a couple of days, and I didn't know how to fix it. And I was way too scared of telling my dad about this, because if I let my dad know the kind of sites I'd been visiting, he would have been very upset. Little did I know that that was going to solve its own problem very, very quickly, because about a week after this started happening, and after me putting up with a bunch of bullshit, my dad had a friend come over, and my dad had built my PC, and my dad wanted to show this person the specs of the computer and how it ran. So my dad came in whilst I sat at my computer and was like, "Hey, Makari, can I use this computer real quick to show Phil here how this computer runs?" So I turned my monitor off, hoping he hadn't seen anything. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure. Fine. Sure, absolutely." And I went and sat on my desk and just on my bed and waited for the inevitable. My dad turned my monitor back on, and lo and behold, in front of him were about 50 pop-ups covered with titties, vagina, free Viagra ads, all kinds of exorbitant bullshit. And my dad looked up at Phil and said, "You know what? I think we'll come back to this later." And my dad turned to me and was like, "I'm just glad to know you're into normal stuff." And I was red in the face like no man's business. And my dad then had to format my PC to get rid of all these pop-ups. And then he downloaded me he downloaded me Norton antivirus and a decent pop-up blocker. And said to me, "Makari, I know you're an up-and-coming young lady, but if you are going to be browsing websites, you might want to, not browse the ones that are dodgy. I'm just saying." Oh yes, I remember the good old days of Bore Me Rigid, Newgrounds, Sick Death. Yeah, that was like all of those old We Bomb, all of those amazing old websites that used to be the equivalent of Twitter. Because that's kind of what Twitter is these days, all right? Twitter is basically just an amalgamation of all of those old websites we used to browse. All right, episode 3. It's wild as well, by the way. It is wild to think that this is what inspired Gilded Guy and all these like more modern stick-like animations. These are absolutely... I reacted to this myself about 5 months ago, and it gave me such flashbacks to the original days of Newgrounds. But to think that we had to have animator versus animation for it to evolve into something like this. Because that is legitimately how this came around. I think there's like a certain element where a lot of modern animations can sort of facilitate their inspiration from all the way back to things like this. And like, you look at this by comparison to this, and although like there is a definitive difference in style and principles of animation. You got to keep in mind when Alan Becker made the first Animator versus animation, he was in high school, dude. And to watch these animations is like watching somebody learn animation from the ground up. And it really emphasized the idea of the principles of animation. You can have the most simplistic looking animation, but if your understanding of the principles of animation are strong, the style doesn't matter. The quality of what it is being animated doesn't matter. If you can animate something well, it can look amazing, which is exactly what this evolved into this, which I think is so cool. Anyway, back to it. What are you doing? Do you not know the error of your ways? Why are you keeping around something that could brick your computer at any point? Can you not just delete the damn thing? If I had... Why is it in German? Okay. Oh, Zech even. Sorry, whoa, okay. The British person being completely inappropriate again. Yeah, I don't know what's going through this person's mind, but if it was me and I had created a stick figure that was capable of bricking my computer, I certainly wouldn't leave them on my computer. Poor little guy. He's just really upset. He just wants to, you know, be free. Why is that a setting? Oh no, not again. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Hope you didn't have too much porn on your computer. Hope you didn't have any valuable photos of your family. Hope the chosen one is about to make you his chosen bitch. Oh, no. See what I mean? Literally high school. Literally high school. I want to point out, by the way, even since the first episode, you can see the improvement in his animation in the sense that you can see that he's managed to learn how to use motion blur within his animation. This is in essence just a smear frame to make it look like it's more animated. Yeah, fuck that guy up. I mean, real talk here, guys. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of the human or are you a clanker? Are you a clanker? You better not be a clanker. Oh my god, it's freaking, Oh. It's Clippy! The one AI to rule them all! You want to know the depressing thing? There's Rule 34 of Clippy. Because of course there is! Not that I would know, being the fact that England's banned gooning. Oh my god, it's so good! It's like there's a level of wit and intellect behind this animation that's so charming. He drew a gun with ASCII! Oh no! Okay, for those who were not a fetus at the time when this was a thing, anyone who had cognitive frontal cortex functions, was I the only one that used to load up Word just to play around with Clippy because I thought he was adorable? Damn! Clippy the OG! You know what? Give us Clippy equality. Bring back Clippy. I want Clippy in the modern year. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I miss Flash. I miss Flash! Oh, and so it begins. The rabbit hole. At what point do you just own up to your mistakes and decide to actually, you know, stop it? And now he's learning coding. Not my Clippy! We need rights for Clippy. So how's this gonna go completely wrong for the animator? I'm getting so many flashbacks watching this. It's really interesting as well, because, like, looking at this from, like, an animator's perspective, I can tell at this point he'd started learning how to use different layers and compositing different things. And because obviously each of these elements are a different composited thing, right? The window here is a different element. The fire burning on top of it is a different element that's animated separately. The ball is a separate animation that's been composited in. It's amazing. It is honestly amazing. Like, you want to get Skynet? This is how you get Skynet. Ah! Solitaire! Dude, I knew that we were entering into a dystopian universe when we no longer had solitaire being a default part of your computer. I miss those days. I miss those days. I miss having Minesweeper and solitaire being a default part of your computer setup. And Microsoft validates it by saying, oh, it was bloatware. Well, you know what's bloatware, Microsoft? Your fucking ideas! And don't even get me started on pinball! Very Matrix coded. Ah, the boys. Oh my god, that audio. Oh, Skype! Skype, you lasted so long, but effing pepperonis, my boy. Effing pepperonis. Nice to know as well that even after all this time, the act of having multiple different browsers still hasn't abated. I do love how this kind of went from, like, almost Matrix-style fighting sort of towards Dragon Ball Z after a while. Ah, Skype, I remember ERPing with you. Those were the good old days. And of course, I get raided the second I start talking about ERP! For f***'s sake! Oh no, he's in a minefield! Real talk, I literally only started figuring out how to play Minesweeper literally as of last year, as a challenge for a Twitch stream. When I was a kid, I had absolutely no idea how to play it, whereas now, I actually know, I know what I'm doing. Oh, into the recycle bin where you belong! I just want to put out there, by the way, if this was on my computer and it hid in my videos, this thing would have never come out because it would have been bogged down by the excessive amount of smut that I have in there, and it would have been scarred for life. I wouldn't need to summon anything in order to protect myself. I would merely just drop this into my art folder. That would destroy its tiny little mind. Oh no, he's getting through all the little mascot dudes. Poor guy. Oh, Firefox mad. If this was modern Firefox, it would have lagged out because it used up too much RAM. Tia! Oh, yes. Nothing like a good AI uprising. See, guys, this is how you get Skynet. You want Skynet? This is how you get Skynet. You should not create what you cannot control. Yeah, so I would say it's about this point you unplug your fucking PC, my guy, before they discover the internet and upload themselves to the rest of the internet. Again, talk about an amazing innovation of animation. I cannot imagine the amount of work that must have gone into this when it was being produced. Especially back in the day of like you gotta keep in mind, this came out in like 2009, 10? So this must have had so much effort to get this level of like quality behind it. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Sammy. Oh no, your PC got bricked. Well, I suppose that's the consequence of your actions. So this, oh, look at that nib. That poor stylus nib. Dude, that has seen some wear. And now I'm looking down at my stylus nib and realizing mine doesn't look much better. Oh, okay, so I believe this is around when he started getting professional. Because in case you guys didn't know, I read an article a while ago how this animation basically paved the way for this guy to make a full-time career out of making animations. So this was around the time where he started taking things really professionally. I think I had a tablet like that. Do you guys want to see the original tablet I had as a kid? Also, right there, that is how you learn fundamentals of animation. If you want to get better at animation, don't try and draw the most complicated thing. Like, if I could give you one bit of advice for learning how to become a better animator, make it simpler and work smarter, not harder. Don't try and animate a Picasso as your first piece. Learn how to do the fundamentals first and build up from there. Animating a stick figure gives you the most simplistic mechanisms to work with. It's literally why so many people who get education in animation end up working with nothing but stick figures for the first several years of what they do. You have to learn the fundamentals of making good animation before you can animate something that's worthwhile watching. Like, again, some of the best animations I've seen, like this, are just stick figures. It's some good animation principles right there. Oh, the good old days of Facebook! Yeah, just like the Madness Combat series. Are you seriously surprised that I'm teaching you stuff about animation? Like, you may not think it, but I could do whole TED Talks about the principles of animation. I have a degree in animation, film studies, and all this kind of stuff. I could teach you so much about animation and artwork. I could teach you so much about film studies. I could teach you so much about many things. I could run rings around you in World of Warcraft or StarCraft 2. I could beat your ass when it comes to Metal Hellsinger. Don't mistake my airheadedness and goofy attitude for someone who's kind of stupid. Because I'm smart in all the right places. Not like I'm defensive about it. Not like I need to prove a point. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah?
Could you come here for a second?
Okay.
I do absolutely adore how they kind of went into this like fourth wall breaking element with this. It's really cute. TTYL. Gotta love that old internet lingo. What an absolute mad fuck. You didn't even save your file before you ended? What happens if there's a power surge? All of that progression you've made. Back when whenever I worked on animations, I would make sure to spastically save every 15 minutes. In fact, most software in today's standards have autosave every 15 minutes for just such an occasion. Because there's nothing worse than putting 6 hours worth of work into an illustration or an animation and then losing it all because you've got to save. Yes, that's happened to me multiple times. Yes, I hate myself when that did. And yes, I did lose the will to live afterwards. How did you know? Oh, shit! And there's the other style of animations. It was this style of animation, and then the Madness Combat series that was so indicative of the early days of Newgrounds. Hey guys, what you doing? You having some mindless violence? Dude, how simple those days used to be. How simple those days used to be when we could just be entertained by watching stick figures fight. We didn't need no skibbity toilets, we didn't need none of that nonsense. We would just be content with a flat PNG screen and watching 2D stick figures fight it out. He wants in! He wants to be part of the fun! He doesn't want to be left out! Let me in! Let me in! Yeah! Sup, guys? You, the fucking tiptoe down the stairs gets me. Oh no! You don't know what you've wrought! You don't know what you've done! Somebody want to put some sexy homoerotic music over the top of this? Bow wow. You know, when I started watching this today, I didn't think I'd watch 4 dudes pile on top of each other with one other dude watching on. But that's what we get, and that's what we're watching. Oh boy! Just a pile of boys! So here's a fun little thing about animation principles. I want you to watch this little section again. They all look the same. There is no distinguishing difference beyond their colors. Ah, modern geopolitics, am I right? But the thing is, each of the different colors has a different personality. And this is something you learn in animation, is that it's the same concept as silhouette theory. You can tell a lot about a character by how they move. More so sometimes than how they look. In something like Team Fortress 2, you can tell a lot about a character by the silhouette they have. You know, you can tell their mood, their motion, their sort of vibe. But when you're working with simplistic things like this, where the silhouettes look relatively the same, because these are basically just silhouettes of a single flat color, But what tells me that that Alan knew so much about animation at this point was how he animated all 4 of these characters with a different type of getting up. Because the way you distinguish difference and emotion and personality, because if he made each of these characters do the same thing going up, it wouldn't be interesting. It'd be the same repetitive action. But instead, each of these different colored characters has a different way they get up out of this little section. And I think that is so cool. When you are able to instill emotion and personality just through the actions that a character takes. It's like the difference between, let's do a little bit of relative inspiration, right? Imagine if I had a stick figure character and it was just a guy stood there, right? That's pretty boring. Or better yet, let's do it like this. Just like a character who stood there. That's pretty boring. It's a very static looking pose. But to make something look more interesting and to give a bit of a personality to a character, all you literally have to do is tilt a hip. Put a slight cock to a hip, or put a little bit of dynamic range to a motion of sorts. Like have a leg be tilted. All of a sudden, what looked like a very static pose all of a sudden has a bit of personality to it. And it's the same concept with animation. It's a very small difference that adds a lot of personality to a character. And it's the same thing with this animation. You add a difference of personality to the way they move to emphasize that they're different characters. Otherwise, they'd all just look the same and act the same. And now they're on your Facebook post. Let's hope they don't post anything diabolical on your Facebook timeline. I did get hacked one time on Facebook, and I came back and found that my timeline was filled with advertisements for a perfume brand, and that gave me the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life, to have my personal bubble invaded like that. Thank you for the biddies, Evan. Fun fact, last month here in Sweden, they physically moved 130. That is so irrelevant, but you donated bits, so I'm paying attention to you. Oh no, we're busted! We're busted! Quickly, cheese it! Cheese it! Oh no! Andy's here! Now, to be fair, at this point, they haven't really done anything diabolical. Like, at this point, I'd be like, wow, I created AI life. At this point, you'd be wanting to get studied. You'd have like the government coming in and be like, you created artificial intelligence? How? Autism. Don't do it! Don't do it! This didn't need to resort to violence. They could have taken a pacifist route, I'm just saying. But you had to resort to violence. See what I mean? This is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. I don't need people hijacking my timeline. Savage. And this, like, the little, like, again, this is, like, the first couple of episodes, obviously animator versus animation, but by literally superimposing himself as a real person into this, it created this, like, such amazing level of, like, investment and immersion that it sets a groundwork. One big part of animation is setting the rules of the world. when you make a story or an animation or a series, anything with a grounded timeline, you have to set the rules of your universe from the word go. Because it would be really weird if you got like 7 episodes in and all of a sudden something really jarring happened that probably should have happened before but didn't. There are so many shows that have done this where they don't define the rules and the bases of what can and can't happen in your universe that then become jarring. But by doing this, you already had some semblance that this was like fourth wall breaking already. So putting himself in like this just makes sense because of how he set things up in the first couple of episodes. And it's like a natural evolution of things. It's so cool. Oh dear. Oh my god! This guy's an asshole! I know, thank you, 100 biddies. You guys seriously trying to start a scam train. In my reactionary video? Oh, this is goofy. And this one has like such a better, like, not only has this guy's animation skills improved drastically, but his story writing as well. The other animations you could tell he was making in high school for the sake of just having fight scenes, right? He was in high school, he was bored. He just wanted to make animations to prove his skills. And it was like a fight to prove his skills. Whereas now, there's a story, there's a build-up, there's a natural progression of scale and scope, and it progresses from silly humor, silly little exploration into the actual fight. There's pacing, and it's amazing to see. It is amazing to see. Oh, now he's in your phone. Congratulations, your stick figure just got onto the internet. Oh, the OG iPhone and everything. See, now this, for the time this came out, this was just so impressive. Did he buy a phone case that was too big and then filled it with putty to fit his phone in there better? Ugh. Like, even by today's standards, this would be impressive. I just saw a Minecraft icon on his phone and it's upset me immensely. Because it's just reminded me that Minecraft is over 12 years old now. Ha ha ha! Aha! I'm so old! What the? Don't prank call 911, you. Oh, there's Newgrounds. Man, this is just like me actively destroying my life one day at a time. Not your Dropbox! Ah, and look at the shot composition. So this is why I know for a fact this guy must have done some, like, film studies or something. Because not only has this guy's animation quality improved drastically, but he knows how to set shot types up. He knows how to do good shot composition for his live action shots. Like this right here, you know, you got the subject of the action in the bottom. You've got a focus pull so that the focus is on the hand, but the subject of importance is still in back to remind you that this is where this came from to his phone. This guy's shot composition is phenomenal. Surprise! And I used to use Dropbox and then I changed over to Google Drive. And so we are brought back to what it was like in Animator vs. Animation 1. God damn! You want an example of a smear frame, by the way? Prime example. That is just a static PNG, but because of the smear behind it, as it's moving, it looks like an actual laser shot with a trail to it. That is pure, unadulterated smear frame right there to give a more indicative action of motion. So, what do you do now? All right, you know, has this guy just not, like, thought about maybe, you know, turning his PC off and on again? Hi. This guy would be good at StarCraft too. Oh, and that right there tells me that this person has learnt a lot about animation. I guarantee you in the first couple of episodes, he was just learning fundamentals of animation. He hadn't practiced his, like, form and style. This as well, by the way, prime example of silhouette theory. Even though they're very basic shapes, they have character to them, you know? This is where it started, and this is where he's at now. He's learned anatomy, he's learned proportions, he's learned about silhouette theory to give character. Because again, the idea about characters isn't just about making every character look the same, because then you end up with typical modern anime. It's why, honestly, anime has improved a lot over the years, but for the longest of time, anime was literally just carbon copy. You know, every character looked the same. It was like, aside from maybe different hairstyles, most anime characters looked very similar, unless you were watching One Piece. Whereas now, one of the big elements of animation and one of the big elements of good character design, again, I go back to Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 with its silhouette theory, every character was different. You had characters that were very stocky at the top, and then maybe short legs and whatever else. So long as the weighting of the characters worked, it really didn't matter how it worked, just so long as, you know, the idea of what the characters worked well, you know? Different elements of animation and different elements of character concept work well, so long as the characters have personality. If every character has the same sort of silhouette to them, they're just going to look the same and it's going to look boring. You need to like create disparity and create something that has interesting like shapes to them. It can be anything. Not everything has to be dynamic, and some animations require you to obviously have certain stipulations to how your animation looks. But to be honest, Western animation has that luxury of not needing to abide by certain laws, certain rules of animation. So the more dynamic you make these things look, the more interesting the characters will be. And obviously, it's situational. You know, certain anime need it. But a good one to look at is Delicious in Dungeon. You look at all of the characters from Delicious in Dungeon and their silhouettes, you can tell who the hell is who just by their silhouettes and nothing else. And I love seeing this, like, figure study that he's clearly done to get this far. What I'm saying is I love seeing the evolution, you know? It is such an evolution of animation principles. I love the little crocodile. He has some wings! That's adorable! You see, and at this point again, the animation, the little orange guy, he's not even done anything necessarily wrong. He just wants to create stuff, dude. And that right there is story writing 101. He set this up at the beginning of the episode. He set this up that he was practicing. You saw this from the word go. You saw this, that he was learning, that he hadn't quite mastered this yet, and then the payoff. This is what I mean. Storytelling is about so many things, and the difference between the first couple episodes and this is there is a story here now. It's not just an animation about fighting stick figures, it's about character development, it's about an emotion, it's about showing different personalities. It shows that he's a budding artist that's trying to improve himself, and he's created this thing that can create things in of itself. And just seeing that realization, I think legitimately, I don't get gushy too much about this kind of stuff, but I think this is so cool.
talks?
You talk? Aww, this is what I mean. Why? Hey, rest of the world, you could learn a thing or two from this animation. Why fight when you can draw big-tittied anime waifus on the internet? Bring us together. We need to all come together and realize that all of our violent tendencies are completely unnecessary. We need to unify ourselves together under the banner of enjoying big anime titties on the internet. Yo, SCP, thank you for 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. There they are. Hey, buddy, you want to come over and join us? We were just about to start beating each other. Hey, dudes, were you about to start beating each other? Yeah, we're about to start beating each other. You want to beat us? We'll beat you. We can both beat each other. Consensually, of course. Man, I love watching a bunch of dudes beat each other. It's my favorite thing. Guys, this is completely unintentional, but this is something I drew this morning. What the fuck? Did I have foresight to see this coming? Huh. Am I a psychic? He's learning! Man, I wish I could have made that. Like, this guy's made more progress with his art in 5 months than I've made in 5 years. And I totally blame myself for that, for getting locked into drawing furry porn for 5 years solid that prevented me from actually innovating myself. Because here's the thing, right? For about 6 or 7 years, I didn't make much progress with my artwork. I was stuck in this vicious cycle to maintain stability to the point where every single thing that I was drawing was a commission, which didn't give me much time to just lock down and do any practice. And in the last, I would say 8 months, I've learned more about artwork and improved my art more in these 8 months than I've done and improved in almost 5 years. And it's wild how... So here's a big suggestion. If you're an artist or an up-and-coming animator, learning how to animate, learning how to draw, is learning about how to learn. Because there is a very big difference in just mindlessly drawing something and hoping to improve versus knowing how to learn. And I've been going through a lot of I've been going through a lot of personal growth with my art recently. And to put it into perspective, doing stuff like this is what's helped me innovate my art style recently. Again, in 6 months, I've learned how to improve. I've improved myself more in 6 months than I have in 6 years. And it's because I've given myself time to learn, but it's also because I've started figuring out how to learn. And that is one of the biggest things about learning how to draw. It's about learning how to learn, not what to learn. It's about picking a point and knowing how to process that information in a way that helps you understand what it is you're learning. And legitimately, I'm proud of myself. Legitimately, I am so proud of myself. I look at my art now by comparison to what I was drawing 6 months ago, and I've seen active improvements. And I'm really proud about that. Like, especially when I start looking at stuff like this and the comics that I've been drawing. Like, you know, sure, subjectively, the stuff that I might draw may not be up to many people's standards, but I look at this kind of stuff and, you know, this is my most recent page of the Makari Mansion, of the comic that I make. And I look at this by comparison to the very first ever episode that I made. And don't get me wrong, this stuff is good. You know, I like drawing the stuff. It's got its style. But my understanding of, like, proportions and backgrounds and like setup and composition and placing things in a scene have improved dramatically. Not to mention perspective. Perspective is one of the biggest things that is a hurdle to get over as an artist. So anyway, that's a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a self-report, but still, seeing this like, I know people don't care about this. I know that this is probably just going to extend the video a bit too much, and I'm sorry for that. But the reason I show this is because I've felt this experience. I've watched this kind of evolution in myself. And as somebody who stagnated a lot with their artwork for a long time, it reminds me that everyone's journey is different. Everybody learns at a different pace, and sometimes it requires you to know and learn and figure out what works for you to learn how to draw and how to move on and how to make progress in yourself. Whether it's... And that's not even necessarily just about drawing. It could theoretically be singing or your voice or even anything. It's about knowing how to learn and what to learn and actively taking the practice to know that you have to figure out what works for you. If anything, right here, this is a very good metaphor for just how studios work as a whole. This is very equivalently what a animation studio would do, right? You have one person doing keyframes and then another person doing in-betweens, or you have a sketcher and then a refiner. You know, you have a pipeline. You have people that take the responsibility for different parts to delegate different aspects of an animation so that the workload is more evenly distributed. But, okay, so I'm gonna put it out there, guys. I'm sorry I got a little bit distracted in this one. I promise I won't get too ADHD distracted with the principles of animation through all of these videos. Just this one kind of hit me kind of close to home. Oh yeah, it's the boys! Nothing like a good day of working on some animations to then have a good old CGI fight scene! Damn, he kicking ass! Is there nothing this animation can't do? And what we learned from this is violence doesn't solve anything. Work with your problems, not against them. Which is exactly what I said to my mental illness. Alright, episode 5, let's go. Yeah, that's how you get the good ending. Ah, he's learning walk cycles! He's learning walk cycles! I'm gonna put something out there that nobody noticed, probably in these videos. He swapped from Wacom to Huion.
Good.
Don't ignore him. Oh, he's like a teacher. Okay. So I'm looking at that walk cycle. Okay, here's my word of advice to anyone who wants to help learn. And I know I wouldn't get too ADHD. Pinterest is your friend. Anything that you can learn will be on Pinterest. Now that's a walk cycle. But much like everything, you know how I said earlier you can put personality behind everything? Just having a character walk can be quite blasé. You can impose a lot of personality in the way a character walks. Like this. Honey, honey, honey pie. That didn't exactly have the... Anyway. Like, this, for example, this guy's more relaxed. This guy, the girl on the left, bobbing around a little bit. A walk cycle can impose just as much personality as something that somebody says. Like somebody who's like really mopey and upset would be trudging along like this guy. She's obviously upbeat and excited and she's moving along with energy. Personality can be portrayed so much in more than just the character's expression. Anyway. I do kind of delight in the irony that he's asking for help on a walk cycle animation from things that he's animated doing a walk cycle. I think that is, like, there is some meta level commentary here, and it's so freaking funny. Yeah, there's that walk cycle. Good to see that there's not going to be an arbitrary scene that causes them to hate each other. Oh no, your computer's dying! The hell? Oh no! Alright. Okay, buddy. Now, I don't need you to tell me where you got that virus from, but it was totally from looking at my amazing artwork, wasn't it? Sorry, I'm going digital. Man, I'm... Oh. It's convenient that you of all people get a virus with a sentient AI on your computer. Almost like it could go in there and do the work for you. I've had my fair share of viruses in the day, and I gotta say, it is still just as anxiety-inducing. Because this is exactly the shit that happened to me. I once got a virus and it kept reappearing no matter how many times I deleted it. Good thing my dad would always... Oh, that was smooth. Look at the way that foreshortened to give it like a three-dimensional look to it. Look at the way that rotated. Just one frame in the middle to show the rotation. Now that is that is like a level of detail within animation that once you learn how to do foreshortening and rotation stuff like that, I think that's like so indicative of your understanding of animation as a whole. Because animating in 2D is, you know, a thing. Animating in oh no, it's laid eggs! So where did the virus come from? How did you get the virus to begin with? What dodgy sites were you looking at, buddy? Your animation! Dude, the detailing on that digitization is wild. To think, in the span of what? I think this came out 7, so that would have been 10 years, no, 8 years. So there's an 8-year gap between episode 1 and this. And seeing that evolution? Damn, I'm fucking loving this. Fire the missiles! Well, first have a nap, then fire the missiles! If you get that reference, you are kind of pog. Well, I mean, bug swatter, right? But bug swatter? It's hungry, just like me. Yeah, work together, bitch! Beat it up! All right, but yeah! Did he just stick bug me? In the year of our Lord and Savior, 2025, I am getting that was fucking cute though. Final boss, a fighter. Round 1, fight. I love how the animator themselves are getting involved with this just as much as the animator. Oh, nuts. Oh no. What are you gonna do now? Now you just gotta leave it up to your, oh. Well, now it's up to your creations to save your computer. Can they do it? Oh, yeah, beat the shit out of it. Please do not infect the dude. Okay, I'm not going to start instilling my level of degeneracy into this, but if the bug corrupts one of those characters into becoming an enemy, that would be kind of hot, I'm not going to lie. Close enough. Today on, I watched 4 dudes get globbed. Sticky. Oh, so sticky. I love watching a bunch of fellas getting globbed. So, as someone in my chat just said, when are we getting big titty Virobot waifu, huh? Oh. Nani? What kind of extra-dimensional portal is this bullshit? No! No! Oh! Oh, it's the original! It's the original! Oh, shit! The Chosen One is back! Oh, yeah! The enemy of my enemy, the Savior returns! Oh, shit! When you need to beat a big bad, you get an even bigger bad to beat that bigger bad. By the way, amazing shot composition. A little bit of a focus pull on this with the blurred out shoulder of the animator here. And I want to point out, by the way, a little bit of a trending theology in this is you never see an actual face. You never see his face, and everyone else in this doesn't have a face. It's just a circle. He's the guy. He is the guy. What? You saw, you son of... Okay, within the context of the story, not including post-credit scenes, okay? We've been through fucking 5 episodes. How was I supposed to know that the instant I notice something, I get proven wrong 5 seconds later? We're gonna try and churn through this now. I've gushed enough about my delight for the animation, and I might have lost my mind a little bit of the callback to the Chosen One. I was wondering if that would come back into play at some point. See, that's an epic callback. That's a legacy character callback. We're going Marvel Avengers on this shit. Here comes the boy. Here comes the boy. Here to rock your face and beat you in and show you what you're made of. Oh, dude, yes! Yeah! Now this is some Gilded Guy fight scene kind of animation. Oh, swish! The one thing I will say about animation stuff, by the way, it says leagues and droves about someone's animation skill when you can put so much detail into a character that's so simple. Ooh. No, you're the chosen one. Yeah, you gotta choose these nuts. Choose this, and how about you choose some of the... Wait a minute. So you know earlier I said it would be really bad if there was some mind control shenanigans here? What if a way for a callback to fighting the Chosen One if the AI virus takes control of the Okay, I don't want to call that as a story beat, but I feel like having a callback to the Chosen One and not having some fight between the two stick figures would be a bit of a mistake. So I guess we'll see what happens. A bit of a skibbity toilet moment, you know? Oh, great. So the animator does that. So where does this guy come from? Who brought him back? We're gonna find out? Oh my god, this is so cool. Big CGI fight scene. Oh, this is legitimately so Dragon Ball Z. Oh shit, that's genius. Oh my god, that's so cool. What the hell? You're the chosen one! Believe! Go Super Saiyan! Go Plus Ultra! Use Full Metal Cowling! Do Bakugan! Use Bankai! Do something! Oh. Okay, well, I was kind of joking, but... Wait, actually? God damn it! Why can't I call this shit? Oh, now he's mad. Need some, like, Super Saiyan level 3 theme tune music in there. This is actually some Dragon Ball Z nonsense. You know what this actually feels very much similar to? It feels like a Dragon Ball Z plot where it's like baby infecting people, or like insert any mind control device element here somewhere, like a virus infecting your thing. I literally think he's gonna mind control someone. I feel like the next evolution is he mind controls someone. Sheesh! Oh my god, the distortion! Yeah, you know what? If I saw literally God turn up in front of me and start kicking ass like that, I too would drop to my knees. I mean, I dropped my knees for $50, but that's beside the point. But that does beg the question, guys. I'm in front of you right now. Why are you not on your knees right this second? Anyway. So where's this going then? That little nod, that little I know where you fucking live. I destroyed the Hey, I just destroyed that virus. Think about what I could do to your computer. You respect me, bitch. There's something so funny about this fourth wall breaking nod to an animation you created like that. That's hysterical. Where are you going, guys? Now what? Hey, animations, whatever you do, don't try and jump into that gaping internet tussie right there. Don't do it. Just because it's a gaping big hole doesn't mean you need to go into it. Don't do what I would do. Don't enter every hole you see. Sure, it looks There wasn't even a second thought about that, was there? They didn't even question it. They were like, a hole! It was made for me! Well, I suppose now we know every hole is a goal. Episode 7 time. Oh my god. The callback. So is this how he survived? Oh, that's ingenious. Oh. You know what's kind of cool as well? I guarantee you he would have gone back to his original animation and added some more to the end just to get this scene. I think that's such a cool concept. And he would have had to have gone and got an old computer setup to emulate this. God damn. All the old VGA cables. You know, they say that trying to three-dimensionally shift a 2D stick figure like this would be impossible. And yet here we are. Well, I'm glad something good came out of this. I want to live in the universe where this actually happened. Oh my god, okay. There can be only one stick fight. Oh, look at these! You got the fucking, the Henry Stockman, you got all the Newground stick fighting animations. Yeah, the chosen one was like, there can be only one stick fight with evil villains. Damn! Oh, god damn it! Meat Boy, freaking Beast Boy, fucking Ego Raptors, fucking Metal Gear Solid. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around him, but dummy thick. I killed a dog by sweating. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what, they just have a little virtual... Oh. Huh. Oh no. He's gone cuckoo bananas. What's that thing from Halo that Cortana gets affected with that makes her go stark raving mad? Why do I feel there's a little bit of that happening to this guy? Rampancy, yeah. Orange guy's got some rampancy going. Oh, and the three-dimensionality? What the... So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was around the time he opened his studio. If I'm not mistaken. Because I remember seeing a video somewhere about this guy talking about his process of going from an independent animator to opening his own studio like this. And how he, like... Because this is the difference that having a pipeline of people and a crew makes to making animations. You got one person that'll work on backgrounds, one person will work on keyframes. Well, it's the same philosophy that's used for like Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel, all of these indie projects, any modern animation. You have a pipeline of people. You've got people being responsible for different kinds of things. In fact, I want to see if I can find something real quick. If you are an animator and you ever want to see exactly what I'm talking about, check out this video showing the behind the scenes of the making of the music video for Freak of the Week. It shows pipelines, it shows processes, it shows how different people are responsible for different jobs, how you get a crew of people culminating into one animation. You get to see the responsibilities of different people who are responsible for post-production, the process of editing, the process of keyframing things, how they storyboard it, how they rotoscope things with certain elements. It's like the evolution of animation through different levels of involvement, how you can how more people affect the quality of what you get. That's an amazing video, by the way. Oh no! There shall be no creativity in this universe. Yeah, this is really just suddenly gone up to like Gilded Guy levels of animation. Holy smokes. Yeah, really living up to his Dark Lord namesake, isn't he? Yeah, we wanted freedom. We didn't want to cause death and destruction. What are you, a Dark Lord? You, chosen one, you just lack vision. God, the way that wall fell apart? Yeah, this definitely went from just indie production levels to full-on studio levels of animation. Oh no! Rasengan! Ah yes, starting where it all began. Good thing they're not a vengeful sort. After bricking one PC, they thought he'd learned his lesson. Oh, that shot though! The foreshortening, the pullback, the framing. Oh my god! Oh, the way he came into view like that. God, I said I wasn't gonna get too gushy about the animation, but this is like such a level up. Holy shit, dude. Again, there's one thing to say about animating something on a 2D plane. There's something to be said about animating something on a 2D plane to make it look 3D. Wait, you mean 92 degrees is too hot for your computer? Wait, you mean 92 degrees isn't just the default from where your computer should be? Oh no. And so we come back to our present day with a bunch of dudes being goobed. Yeah! Fuck up that virus! And so we return to fight the fight. Whatcha? Ah, I see what's happening here. So they're going back to stop the orange guy. The Dark Lord. The Dark Lord must be stopped. Ah, so that was like almost a interlude almost. All right, we're just gonna burn through this. Holy shit. I can't believe I missed out. Like, in some respects, I'm glad I missed out on this, so I had the chance of watching it with you guys here with me. What in the anime quality water effects is that? Enough, Dark Lord! It's over! God damn, and these shots! Suddenly, we've gone from a random... God, I cannot get over the evolution of this. Going from, like, a random flash animation made for someone who's bored in their computer lab session one day to, like, a full-blown cinematic epic fight scene with anime quality level backgrounds and actual shot types that would make AAA movies jealous. Oh my god, and the perspective shot on that! Holy smokes, and the audio! Whoever they had mixing the audio for this did a freaking amazing job. Oh god. Okay, something that I really want to point out. Look at the perspective skew. As he comes up from the water, the horizon line shifts to accommodate the fact that the camera is now above the water. Look at how the horizon line changes to bring hit. Like, okay, so in every shot, when you're thinking about composition, every shot has a horizon line. So imagine if this was our frame, right? If you want something to look like you're on a level with it, horizon line is at middle. It means that everything sort of goes back to that horizon line. And the closer to the camera it gets, the more likely it's going to look like it's on your level. And what you do is, if it's lower, it means that it's going to look more like you're looking into the sky. It looks like you're looking more upwards at things. So things that are close to the camera, that are bigger, are going to look bigger. And it's one thing to know how this kind of shit works. It's another thing entirely to then know how to shift that on the fly in an animation seamlessly and still keep things looking like they're in perspective. I just think this is so impressive. I think this is so cool. Because now someone has been watching far too much anime, I feel. Oh yeah, the boys are here! And the thing is, there's not been a single bit of actual music in this so far. And I love how these characters that were made as shits and giggles, as like characters for just a bit, are now fully fledged personality-driven characters. Like, each one of these stick figures has emotion and personality, and they're driving the story rather than just being there for a random bit. yeah, no, okay. I know where that scene's from. I know where that scene's from. That is some Dragon Ball Z bullshit right there. It's almost a little bit, Oh. Wait a minute! Nah, dude, come on. Don't be doing this to me. I'm already paranoid of getting a virus enough as it is. I don't need this kind of nonsense. That's so meta. Okay, F in the chat for Twitter. Oh no! The one place that's more terrifying than YouTube. Dude, this is some action-y bullshit. What the fuck? This legitimately has better pacing and fight choreography than freaking Dragon Ball Z does. This is anime. Dude, anime wishes it could be this good. What the fuck? Whose Twitch stream did they break? Wait a minute. Do I have to keep my eyes open now? If Twitch has been brought into this, does that mean that at any moment the stick figures could break out onto my screen and start busting it down sexual style right on my table here? Oh no. Yeah, this is almost like, yeah, okay, no, this is definitely, invincible levels of, fighting right now. There's so much weight behind everything they do. But if anything, that really does emphasize that when you look at, like, most modern animations, like anime or whatever, a lot of it does just boil down, like, it's all iconography. The principles of the weight behind a punch, the flow of an action, that is principles. That is not about how good the character looks. That is how much weight you have behind a punch. That's how you animate the motion of an action. This is like the epitome of how principles of animation will always outweigh the cosmetics of something. I said it at the beginning, and now it's doubly reinforced. Oh! And now he really is truly evil. Insert Star Wars Episode 3 moment between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then I've truly lost you, Anakin! You are my brother, Anakin! You are my brother! These guys are like the side crew in Dragon Ball Z. Yamcha, Tien, Krillin, Piccolo. They are just not on the same power level. So either they're gonna need a massive power up to help at all, or we're basically watching the equivalent of Goku fighting Cell for the first time. I want to canonically believe in my head that he has literally just been sat there at his computer going, so what now? my predict. Oh, he just left that there. Okay. My headcanon is that they're going to be in a woeful lack of trouble. They're going to try their best, but then Alan is going to send them reinforcements. Oaks, 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 oaks. It's me, Yellow. Oh. Dude, come on! This is how you got into this problem to begin with. You've just clicked accept on a random friggin' virus that appeared on your computer. Now you just let another Trojan in, you idiot. This is how you got the virus to begin with! So Yellow is the coder. What do you think they meant by making the yellow person the coder? Were they implying that the yellow one's Asian? Friggin' racial stereotypes, man. Oh. Oh, so this is how they're gonna get the... Oh! This is how they get the creator involved? That's so cool. You did good, son. Real good. Oh yeah, now you're in trouble. Now you got something to deal with. You know, it is something to be said that I can imagine being there in the universe in person would be one thing, but watching this from the outside perspective would be like playing Adventure Quest. You know what this is suddenly reminding me an awful lot of? Digimon. This is like Digimon, with the parallels between the digital world and the real world. And you remember like the Digimon movie where they got pulled into the Digiverse? Yeah, those overlaps, baby. Even with that power-up, how are you going to handle all of them? Well, what I love as well is, I love the fact that even though the other five, they're not strong, but they still have a part to play. Like, a bad story writer would like, put, like, this is the problem with Dragon Ball Z, right? Modern Dragon Ball. You've got Daddy's special little boy Goku, sometimes Vegeta, who get all the focus. And then every other character is relegated to just side bits. Unless you get the one-off series like the Gohan going beast mode or whatever. But it's so easy to end up having some amazing characters that just become complete Mary Sues. And I love the fact that they still have a purpose. Oh, shit! Ooh, ow. the constant shifting in perspective from the in-world camera to the screen camera is absolutely sending me. Realistically, this is how I feel when I'm playing Zerg in StarCraft 2. Realistically speaking. I'm just saying. He put out another one! Oh no! And they struggled enough only killing one of these things. Now you've got all this to deal with? And the Dark Lord? It's funny as well, because I guarantee you all the way back in the second episode when he first made it, there was no intention for anything coming after that. So by random happenstance of him calling this character the Dark Lord, it paved the way for this entire narrative, which I think is such an amazing, like, happenstance. Why Zerg specifically? Because Zerg require far more APM to master. Uh-oh. Yes!
Burn them! Burn in the Maker's fire!
Oh no! Well, you tried. So can the Animator become a superhero? We're about to watch Gohan's Super Saiyan arc. No, wait, this is actually what this is. This is actually like watching the Cell Saga in Digimon. This is Goku, and Gohan's about to become the real Super Saiyan. Pathetic. Uh-oh, the B crew are here. No! My boy Red! You son of a bitch! Damn, Shenron's gonna have a lot of work to do to bring these guys back. Oh, now we got some OG fight scene going. Some good. Dude, this is some sick choreography. What the fuck? Oh, not green as well. So that's Frieza killing Krillin, and my boy is about to go Super Saiyan. Or not. Or not. You were the... Okay, the way my brain is playing this out, he is the chosen one. He had the ability to... He's the only animation that's created more animation. And the way the tempo's playing, this is his evolution moment. He's about to discover his Super Saiyan. He's about to discover his Bankai. He's about to go even further beyond, plus Ultra! Okay, okay, look. Close all of those holes except the Twitter one. Just leave the, like, I'd be upset if any of those websites got deleted, but I think we can do without Twitter. I think we can do without Twitter. Oh. Excuse me? He's starting to believe. orange locked in. Holy smokes. Yeah, Gohan Super Saiyan level 2 time. My only hope is they don't treat him like Goku and make Gohan the main character for 5 seconds to then completely remove him from the narrative. Jesus! Yeah! Bring them back! Yes! I knew they weren't going to be dead for long. Nice. And the creator's back. Excellent. Hi, Alan. So, how did you go Super Saiyan? Oh, wait, no, this is just a Zenitsu moment. It's literally Demon Slayer Zenitsu. Dude falls asleep and goes plus ultra, wakes up and doesn't remember a thing of it. It's also something to be said for the fact that not a single word has been said, and so much emotion has been portrayed. It's not what you say, it's how you portray it. You can say a lot with actions. Yo, that was sick! And we're not even done yet! Episode 9. Oh, what the hell? Okay, now we're going Marvel in this shit. Okay, now this is just showing off. Dude, I get it. I get it. You opened a studio. You have full production quality now. I get it. Your animations are amazing. Like, insert Danny DeVito moment. I get it now. I get it now. Is this like a cameo of a different animation studio? Ooh, anti-digitization. Oh, those little roaming shots. Yes. This has like so much inspiration from so many different things. And I can see where different elements have come from. It's so cool. Dude, I would straight up watch a whole movie about this. Which I guess that's what this is, but like, I mean a proper like feature-length thing. Why do I feel like that's a reference to a different animation series? Oh no! You're the chosen one! you will lose because the plot deems it to be so. Ah, you fell into his trap! You fools! Dodge this, bitch! Damn, that's so cool! Holy smokes! Like, I can't even, like, decide. I can't even, like, analyze this from, like, an anime. Like, I can put my insight into this, but at this point, I'm just so immersed in the intricacy of this. It's absurd. Still a single monitor setup, though. And they're still going. I always feel like at this point it would be like living with some rather disruptive siblings. Oh no! Oh, Alan, you want to get involved? That's adorable. XD. Yo, guys, that's pretty XD, am I right? Comma P. Yeah, we are one doodle bob away. Well, I didn't realize we needed a bit of a flashback to how the series started, but here we go. You know, I distinctively forget this in my animation degree. When I went to animation school, I think I must have blanked out for this part because I don't remember this happening in my... Like, when I was having to practice the way of animation, I had to learn squash and stretch and anatomy. I distinctively clearly forgot the time I learned kung fu. Amazing. I love how we've like gone from the epic scope of beautiful backgrounds, beautiful panning shots, tracing shots, and everything else. All of a sudden, we're back to a 2D plane. It's so cool. Guys, I can't look at my mouse the same. It's like, here's you, and this is the mouse she told you not to worry about. Oh, he's still tweaking though. Oh, he wants them to teach him. See, this is what I mean though. This is how you say so many words with no actual speech. This is saying so much with actions. And it's something that like a lot of comic book heroes have to do. Like when you have a mask or a mute character, you have to be very good at portraying emotions and expression through actions. And once again, we're stood here watching our PCE blow. Oh, they're still alive. I don't think this is gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, Chosen One. Clearly him going ascended like he did was under some very specific circumstances. This would give me performance anxiety. You're expecting me to perform even though I don't know how I did it? Okay, well, time to knock him out and get him to do the Zenitsu thing. I do love how these different stick figures have such different styles. Like, this really does emphasize the idea that I mentioned earlier, how even in a simplistic design, you can emphasize so much through different stylizations and the silhouette of the characters, like I said earlier. They can look similar, but so different based on so many different accolades of what you do with them. Why would you do that? That's only gonna end poorly. My guys, this is gonna give him such performance anxiety. He's just a guy. Unless you get him into a Zenitsu moment where he suddenly awakens and becomes ascended. It's like watching me flub around trying to figure out what to do with my day. Ah, life, the universe, and everything! What do I do? And the Chosen One is now immensely disappointed in the hero of mankind. Okay, you gotta stop with these shots. You gotta stop, dude. There's only so much my film studies and animation degree can handle before I gush immensely knowing that I'll never attain this level of quality with my animations. Holy shit. I mean, that being said, this is not just animation. This is compositing, this is post-production, this is so many different elements of cinematography and filmography. Uh-oh, is he about to go full ascended? A subtext of this entire series is a massive element of the only limitation is your creativity. And I think that is very, very diegetically expressed through this guy. And I love it. I fucking love it. This is every animator's wet dream. And I feel so lucky I get to share my first experience of watching this with you guys. He may not be all powerful, but he's certainly got the creativity to be powerful. Oh damn! And like I said, each of these villains has like something unique about them. Oh, this is so cool! I love this. And the thing is, I'm gonna refer to something I've mentioned about Dragon Ball Z. I think Dragon Ball Z loses me a lot because the power scaling goes to like galaxy levels of fighting. I think this is how you reground yourself and make things feel a bit more earthy, where the peak of power is only just peaked at, and then you revert back to this like grounded level of fighting. Because when things become, when somebody has the ability of just deleting a universe with just a move, it becomes way too grand of a scale. But this is legitimately so good. Shark!
Is that a freaking shark? Whale!
Please tell me that's an elephant. It's a rhino! The elephant's slightly disgruntled cousin. Toto! Oh! Okay, Peter, don't watch this, please. I'm getting a little bit of a distinctive feeling of Wreck-It Ralph from this, where you've got all the different game characters coming in with their different animation styles, meshing into one, and it's so jarring but so fitting at the same time. The fucking run cycle on that guy! Has Alan arrived? Just take the needle out of his arm! This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is like a metaphor for every freelance artist and animator trying to fight their government to be like, I promise I'm self-employed! I promise! Don't take my money! Oh! He's a creator too? Oh yeah, so this is just literally just the government being like, okay, well, this is our self-insert to fight you and show the corporate animation. Oh, is this just corporate animation versus indie animation? Is that the allegory we're going with here? Oh, so now he's Wukong. Come on, Chosen One, you got this! Just like I said to your mother last night, come on, it's only a little prick. Oh shit, you control teeth, that guy! Well, I guess there's only one way you're gonna beat this. Oh, you just straight up paused him. Oh,
Mr. Anderson, surprised to see me? I am inevitable, Mr. Anderson.
Oh no! Oh, so this is how we give relevancy to those 4 dudes! They may not be superpowered, but they're still good guys, and they're gonna be the savior of us all! Dude, what the fuck? This is literally better friggin' background work than I see in most modern actual animation! The detail in these backgrounds and the set pieces and the... Oh, God! How long is this? This is 15 minutes. Holy crap! Yeah, I'm getting a bit of a vibe of corporate animation versus indie animation, almost. Bit of an allegorical sense here. They're not saying that. They're just implying it with demonstrative net measures. So who's in charge here? I swear to God, if the person in charge is just that ginger-haired, green hoodie-wearing asshole from Newgrounds, I'm actually done with this animation. What? Huh? Oh shit, that was the one before the chosen one! The first victim? So this was a little animation that came out 16 years ago that has that same semblance of passion of animation. And I just want to like play this for you guys, because this to me was, this is when I truly loved animation. And well, not that I don't now, but this was very much the depiction of what true indie animation was all about. The commemoration of different projects, different IPs, themes, and just like the passion for animation. I look back at some of these and I remember, like, oh, God. I doubt anyone in this stream has seen this, but it has every animation I could remember from back in the good old days of Newgrounds. And it sort of portrays where animation kind of came from, you know? It's a sort of source of how we see animation now versus what it was back then. guys. Thank you for 20 bones. Strawberry Club. God damn. What a throwback. There it is. I knew they were in there somewhere. Oh yeah. Another bit of a set to that, there was another animation that came out around the time this did. Oh fuck, what was it called? Which might also just be in my list actually. Complete change in tempo of music though. The chorus in this absolutely sends me. And there's this kind of shit that got me into animation. This was made by one person, by the way. It was very much inspired from Scott Pilgrim. Yeah. Flying away, taking off, we're flying all night, we'll be driving away. Yeah, the mighty laugh, thank you for following. I'm getting so much nostalgia over this dude. And the animation gets better. Oh, it gets better. Check this shit out. We'll be driving away. All night, we'll be flying away. Like I said, the animation keeps getting better and better. afterthought. So, yeah, that should hopefully give you an understanding as to where my inspiration to become an animator came from. And I could absolutely sit here and ADHD the fuck out of so much of my playlist as to things that were small inspirations for what got me into being an animator to begin with. These ones are just some of the big ones. There's fucking Weeble in there, more Newgrounds things. I could happily, at some point, just do a big old ADHD break of showing you every one of my small animations that got me into this kind of shit. And I kind of want to, but we have to finish Animator versus Animation. Right, so if there's a bit of a weird cut there, that's because we just did a little bit of a patron exclusive section where we took a look at some old classic Newgrounds animations that were the inspiration for me becoming an animator, and I sort of gushed about where all of my inspirations came from, kind of thing. So regardless of that fact, let's get back in and continue with episode 10. And if you guys want to check that out, as I said, everything that goes up on here is generally you don't miss anything, but sometimes I add in certain things that are for the patrons, just as a little bit of a thank you to them. Ooh, is he trying to be creative now? Has anyone seen this poorly disguised squiggle? This is where they go into town and instantly get a, "You're not from around here, are you?" Solus, thank you for the gifted subs! Thank you. Has anyone seen this? Hey guys, I found a truck with the logo on it. I'm sure if we get in the back and go along with it. So I will watch. I said at the beginning of this reactionary that if this video does well, we will go and check out Animation versus Minecraft as well. In fact, Jimmy, how many likes do we get on this video in order to watch Animator versus Minecraft? 450 likes on this video, and I will watch Animator versus Minecraft because I don't know what else I would do with my time. Oh, the sound design on this as well just absolutely hits. See, this is what I mean about how you have to set up the rules of your universe beforehand. They've already shown plenty of times that people have, like, more than just the main characters can draw things and use these creative tools. Because it'd be kind of weird if all of a sudden they suddenly just brought this in and just started doing it, you know? You lack creative vision. It takes more than just brunt force to create something. You have to have imagination. Insert SpongeBob meme here. Imagination. Like, they've done such an amazing job of setting the rules of this universe so that you don't get just jump startled by some random bullshit they decide to put in at this point. Ah, dude, I love the different styles. And then that one on the right just gets me every time. His walk cycle is hilarious, and no matter which way you're looking at him, he's always two-dimensionally on. yes. So this is the crazy part. I didn't think, like, it was wild when they brought back, Mr. Dudeface there, but the fact they're bringing in the victim from the very first episode, that's some storytelling. Mr. Chosen One, surprised to see me? Well, you see, I was much like you. Once, deluded, blind to the world. Control tease your eyeballs. Are you done? Why the hostilities, man? Oh, that's some bullshit. You're just turning him into a plaything. That's some bull honking. This is where, after getting beaten the fuck up, the Chosen One's like, nothing but artificial, aren't you? Just like everything you've done. Try be all natty like me, baby. God, I love the choreography in this. Again, puts so many regular animes to shame. Oh no! They're throttling that. Oh. So why don't you fight me outside of these walls, huh? Why don't you fight me square mano a mano? I'll take you down. I'll take you. I'll fight you. I like that one on the right. Yeehaw, motherfucker! Giddy up, cowboy. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Oh. Yep, I'll do it. Insert Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. Ah, freeze. I'll never free. Oh, that's okay.
Your pals are bullshit. You're a bunch of bullshit. You know you are.
Bonk. Oh, you're right. Those are the weapons that were from the original animation as well. Oh, that's such a good eye. Damn, you're right. Oh, that's so iconic. Kind of makes you wonder why he's doing this. Like, surely his gripe would be of Alan, not the Chosen One. Maybe he's just upset that he didn't get Daddy's special treat. Okay, I feel like I know what's going on here. He's envious that the Chosen One has all the powers. And then you got the other side of the things where the orange guy is basically the victim, but the good ending. The metaphor here being, why destroy when you could create? Why put energy into creating something organically when you can take something from everyone else? Envy versus passion. Do it again. You're a monkey now. Dance, monkey, dance. He's adjusting his wrist. He's adjusting his wrist. Take note, take note. He's about to draw some big anime titties. Take note, take note. See? This is what we call creativity. Really, just literally that guide them. No, Daddy, I don't want to go back to the unvoiding. No, not the poor little eel. What makes them any better than Alan in episode 1? I think that's a little bit of an underlying message in there. They were created, and now they're doing to their creations what Alan did to them. Just take a seat right over there. Why don't you just take a seat, darling? Speak, motherfucker! Oh, so he is still after him. Interesting. Oh, so this is just literally 50 Shades of Grey. Ah, Mr. Dorian, I see you're into that shit. Bro here is the 51st shade of grey. Never made it into the 50 Shades of Grey, and now he's pissed. You know how earlier I said mind control? Oh, I fucking called it! I knew eventually there would be some freaking mind control shenanigans in this. I knew it! Oh, never mind, it's a memory scanner. Maybe I was just overthinking. Maybe I'm just projecting what I want to see. I just like mind control stuff, okay? Now, little Timothy, we can't let you have your tism fit like this. Hey, listen, boss. That ain't me. I wasn't doing that. You have no proof that was me. That could have been any other orange guy. Oh, is this where it starts breaking the fourth wall and all of a sudden these guys start spilling out into real life? God, look at these camera shots, dude! What the fuck? This is... Ooh! I can't get over it. I can't get over it. The cinematography in this is absurd. Like, I said this in the, My Little Pony thing we watched. The subjectivity of a video can be completely whatever, but no one can deny good cinematography. Like, that My Little Pony thing that we watched, I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head, but, like, good cinematography is good cinematography. Good animation is good animation. And sometimes you have to look past the superficial surface of something to look at what the substance of something is. And that's what this and that My Little Pony animation is supposed to be. See what I mean about giving them character? The red one wanted to fight from the word go. That's how you give characters that have no sort of distinguishing features unique personalities. Man, they don't catch a break. They get literally deleted in the last episode, and now they're getting friggin' thrown around like playthings. That's so unfair. Oh, look at the Adobe little slates in the back. That's literally callbacks to the very first episode with the Adobe timeline. Ooh, this is good, dude. All right, we're on to episode 11. Ah, oh, back to flash animation, dude. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm actually gonna. I'm surprised I didn't recognize that from the word go. This has some real film, like actual cinema level shot types in it. And they're nailing this, dude. This is so endemic to the original. And seeing this from like this perspective is so wild. What the hell? I forget what happened to him, actually. I know like, it's been about 3 hours since we started recording, but I've already forgotten what happened to this guy in this episode. I mean, they literally could have just replayed it verbatim, but showing it from this different perspective is such a cool little, Ooh, that's right. They didn't save project. Well, I mean, this was him learning. He didn't know better. Like, real talk. When you set out to learn animation, you don't really expect your creations to do a Toy Story and come to life, do you? I mean, having said that, seeing this does really make me have a little bit of empathy for the poor thing. I think this would be enough to start anyone's villain story arc. Oh my god, no, that's so savage! Alan, you asshole! You created sentient life and this is what you did to it? You dick! Do you think they had to find a stand-in, considering he's probably aged so much to the point where he wouldn't look like this anymore? And I suppose that kind of compels as to why he never did anything with it. Like, when you're that age, you don't really question it. You don't really say, hey, let's go take it to the authorities. Yeah, I created life! Whee! Off he goes. Off onto his merry old way. Talk about ingenuity, though. That would definitely be enough to start anyone's villain arc. Jesus Christ. Oh my god! The callback to Yahoo and Skype F and Peace and Pepperoni's Yahoo. Ah, RuneScape! MySpace! No! What's next? Bebo? Delicious bouncing on the inside. Oh, this is what I was saying earlier! Friggin' effing pepperonis the days that we used to have. Is that Jaden? Is that Jaden Animations? That is very eerily similar. There. Very eerily familiar to the tablet I used to have when I was a kid. Oh, you're creating a little... Oh, this is so cute! Oh no, please tell me that he doesn't get a love arc and then the girl dies. AOL. Oh, you see all those little callbacks to the other Newgrounds animations? There it is! There's my Newgrounds! I do feel as though this is very much a compelling love story to animation as a whole, and indie animation as a whole. Like, this is This is what I was talking about when I was showing off my inspirations for becoming an animator. It's the organic nature of what drives independent creators to become artists and creators generally. Oh, and that's why he becomes grey. Oh. De-rezzed. This has way more cinematic epicness than most movies I've seen. And there she is. My wife, I love her. My wife, I love her. She is beautiful. You don't know me, but we're gonna get married, and then you're gonna probably die, and that's gonna start my villain arc. There's something immensely compelling about how great these animators are, the fact they can show fear in a stick figure. Adam and Eve metaphor much? Wait, what? Ah, yes, the views! No, stick figure, they're views! They want to see what you're doing! They're here to see you dance, monkey! Oh, wow. Actual anime level environment reveal. Gorgeous. Literal Newgrounds? Oh, you're right! Welcome to Newgrounds. You know, if you would have shown me this in the modern year and say this is a new Studio Ghibli film, I would have legitimately believed you. Oh, the compositing on the texture to make it to like be blended. That's so cool. Oh, that's right. You're a home destroyer. Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to escape from a catastrophic experience, and there I was, just minding my own business, and then I crash landed on your planet, and now I'm here. is so charming. Why are they trying to make me feel sympathy for this guy? It makes it so much harder to enjoy watching him get absolutely obliterated later. See, now I'm wondering, I feel as though if I go back into the previous episode, I feel like I would end up seeing this in the background somewhere. I feel like that's what would happen. Oh, bless. And then nothing bad ever happened to him again, and he lived happily ever after. The end. Okay, well, something clearly is going to happen here to cause him to go stark raving mad. He just left that there, huh? You know, when I started watching this series, I was not expecting to get a real-world metaphorical sense as to what the dealing with PTSD would be. And yet here we are! Oh, so that's how this starts up! That's... okay. Wow. Aww. I'm about to cry, aren't I? I'm about to cry when she dies. Oh, that's the guy who's the security guy! Break it down! Get funky style! Oh no, he's gonna... I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that he's gonna be a reason for their problem? Oh, that was so cute! Huh? What? The fucking Newgrounds Battle Royales? Oh, shit! I saw E-Bomb's World. Fucking Badger. Oh, so many callbacks. Okay, I was not expecting a direct crossover with Newground stuff on this. So in that little patron section we did, I watched a bunch of animations that had this kind of energy to them, and this pretty much is indicative of what I mentioned. Like, this is the community of indie animation. You know, I might have to leave that section in, actually, at this point. Yeah, I might have to leave that in. Oh my god, I don't know. Depends. I mean, this video is already like 2.5 hours long, good god. Oh. Yeah, I'm starting to realize why he Huh. God, I love the advancement technology as well. Oh, no. Poor thing. It wasn't 3D. I feel like there must have been a 3D model at certain points for these stick figures. Yes, and there we go, bringing it back to where we've left off. Interesting. Interesting. And if I'm not, oh yeah, episode 12 is out. Oh boy, I certainly hope no one's gonna notice the sudden change in consistency. Haha, I definitely didn't need to take a whole day break because we ended up taking too long to record the first part. Haha. Anyway, let's get back to it. Nightcrow, thank you again for the gifted subs, I appreciate it. All right, put him in there. Man, I would absolutely hate to have one of those little mind-reading devices put on my face, because I'd be so afraid that it would bring out my browser history. Man, I don't want the rest of the world seeing the kind of stuff I've been looking at. I mean, we've all been there. We've all accidentally pulled out Rule 34 at some point, right? It's like they pull up his memories like this, and it's just like immense amounts of furry smut. Yes, take note of that, take note of that. He's doing something, he's doing something. Take note of that. Wait. Just a moment. I want to see what... I was hoping there'd be like some explicit portal there, like Rule 34 E621 or something. Would have been a funny little Easter egg. Come on, dude, you can do it! You're the Ascended one! I can't get over this! How did this evolve from that 2D stick figure we saw in the original? Have you guys ever wanted to see a stick figure having an existential crisis? Find yourself. He's beginning to believe! This is literally so Matrix coded at this point. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the power scaling of Dragon Ball Z. The problem is when you get to that kind of power scaling, it's a different show entirely. You cannot pull your foot off the pedal. By doing Dragon Ball Z scaling, you have to keep elevating it and elevating, which is why Dragon Ball Super deals with reality-ending fights. At least doing it this way, it allows the normal side characters to still have relativity. Because what ends up happening is, and you see this in Dragon Ball Z, you get the main characters that are all this way elevated in power, and then the other characters have to have really story-jarring power boosts somehow to get them up to the level everyone else is at. Meanwhile, with this, the power scaling is there, but the way they're then bringing everyone else up is less of leaps and bounds and more just like an incremental climb. And even those who aren't getting power scaling are still there and capable of doing stuff because the power scaling isn't so hugely disparaging that it makes it have a cavernous void between them. It's a storytelling element that works really well, and Alan and their team, the studio that made this, has done an amazing job of working it in a way that's believable. And I can't believe I'm saying the word believable and believability and immersion in a stick figure show! This is a stick figure animation! Ooh, it's been some time. Look at the way they're shown. By the way, just a little bit of an attentive thing. Look at the way they're portraying a change of tone and time. There's moss everywhere. Everything's suddenly become a bit desaturated to kind of emphasize the fact that, you know, this is bad and things are going to get quite dark. And I love, again, the diegetic nature of using the in-world eraser tool to get rid of the moss and the old stuff and to freshen it up a bit. Very smart, very smart. And you even still see like the roundedness of the brush tool as well. I mean, this entire I know I shouldn't apologize. This React Andy is probably twice as long as it should be, because I keep talking about the principles of animation and movie making philosophy, and I hope you guys like it. I really do. I don't like making my videos too long, but when something comes along that is a prime example of great movie making, I love to break it down with my education. I'm a movie student. I'm an animation student. I'm a film studies student. So I feel like I can really impart a very interesting level of insight and stuff like this. Ooh. He's a big hacker man. Ah, yes. Hello there, Alan. Why not just put your mouse in the hole? Hey, Alan, there's a hole. Hey, does anyone get Tomska? That was my cursor. And now it's in the hole. See what I mean? This is what I mean. Like these characters, the red, the blue, the flat colored salt dudes, they were from some of the first episodes, and they're just regular stick characters. They only know how to fight good. You know, they just know how to fight good. They know how to beat people up. So really, they're not up to the same level of power, but they're still relevant and they can still hold their own. You know, when they were fighting earlier, they were still holding up well against the supercharged dudes. That's how power scaling should be. I love how these different mediums kind of mesh with each other so well. Oh yeah! Did you forget that he has a literal mortar in his face? Dude's rocking in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what I mean. It's not always about this. And again, I don't like to make it about Dragon Ball Z all the time, because there are other shows that do it. I just think Dragon Ball Z is the best example. Dragon Ball Z's problem is that it's all about power. It's always power, 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 power. I loved in the original Dragon Ball Z and early Dragon Ball episodes where it was about the kung fu. It's been so long since it was about the smarts, the fighting, the ingenuity of how they fight. It's always about whose Kamehameha is the biggest. But right here, my brain is bigger than your weapons. Also, fun little tidbit. You can see how the compositing worked here. The welding element was a completely separate PNG that was just literally transformed in to reveal it as a mask, to show it underneath. And you can kind of see it slide up. A lot of this still comes back to the very basic principles of how Flash animation worked. You know, this looks like this very much looks like it was still animated in Flash animation. Broom is stronger than your eldritch bullshit. Oh, that's so smart. Ah, so it's only as strong. Ah, interesting. Showing another diegetic mechanic of how their ability works without making it just a... Like, this is the pure... Like, in filmmaking, there's this concept of show, don't tell. Because if you tell the audience what their weakness or strength is, a la Dragon Ball Z, it becomes very two-dimensional, ironically considering what we're watching. But when you show something in a very subtle way, it becomes more, it retains your immersion, and it becomes far more compelling, because you're like, oh, I get that reference. Look, this is what you learned earlier. My brush is better than your eldritch kung fu. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Push him over here. Yeah! Oh no, the sheep! Also in the show don't hi penis. In the show don't tell philosophy, Usually when a movie or a TV show shows something and puts a point of showing it, it's because there's going to be a callback to it later, or it's going to be relevant later. Not always, but this is how you can decipher what's going to happen sometimes, because if they show you a sheep getting out of a pen, it probably means that sheep is going to be important later. So my thinking is that the sheep is going to be the reason they get out of situations. Probably. Probably. But I guess you could say that I've been bad about thinking about things before. Ah! Seriously? The cutlery? No! Not the wife! Alright, Mildred, gotta get you out of the kitchen. Gotta beat up a random bloke. He's been proper talking bad about you, he has. If you don't beat him up, I'll beat you up myself later. Then we can go down the pub and have a drink point. This almost feels like that character from Mario Party. Or, Smash Brothers, even. Aww! Oh, shit! Talk about smarts! And this is what I mean, right? Again, Dragon Ball Z. Look at the side cast. They rarely ever... I mean, in Dragon Ball Super, maybe an exception. For, like, literally 10 plus years, Dragon Ball Z had no love for the side characters. And I love this, because these side characters get moments to shine, and it's so cool. Don't fall for it, Alan. Don't fall for it. Oh no! You fell for it, you idiot! Don't fall for it. Oh my god, this has to be the most baity pop-up I've ever seen. What? What, you gonna sell me penis enlargement pills next? I've seen enough scammer payback to know this is how old people lose $50,000 of their savings to some Bangladeshi person. Oh no, madam, you put in too many zeros. Now you got to go to Target and get gift cards. Come on, dude, you know something's wrong. You know something's wrong. What actual mad person uses the right-click function to do that? Oh no! You just powered him up! You fool! Well, guess you're gonna have to fork over a shit ton of money. Oh no! There's also a bit of subtle subtext here about the power of names. You notice how it wasn't about how much training he did. It was the power he gained from his name. Very small subtext. I think there's a big element here about overcoming the limitations of what you're given. You are not what defines you. You are not what other people define you to be. Your name might be no one. but you're still someone. And if the orange guy's anything to prove by, it doesn't matter what your name is, power is in everybody. And taking shortcuts. You know, there's a quote from Empress Text-to-Speech, which I can't remember, but it's from Rogel Dawn. Anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, and the whole workaround. Back to the original. So, I guess the real question is, how does he break boundaries? How is he gonna actually... Oh, shit! Hello, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. This is very quickly turning into server blight. Did anyone else notice that? He's gonna turn around in a second and the stick figure character is gonna be behind him. Friggin' anime-ass glasses. James, I see they I see they went to talk to James Lee about this. And so this point, Alan's just gonna say, dude, I was a kid. I didn't know better. I'm sorry. I'm expecting Alan to get sucked into the digital world. I'm expecting Alan to get troned. Damn! Bring back the weapons of the first episode! That perspective shift! Oh, they've got such good depth of field with these shots. Yahoo! Yeehaw, motherfucker!
So the creator becomes the created. What?
Ooh! So Dragon Ball Z! Uh-oh. You are literally fighting God, though. I will put it out there. Can he break out of the digital world? Is the digital what? Oh. And now I am going to destroy you, Mr. Allen. Oh no! Dude, so short story. I lost my original Facebook account to a hacker a while ago. They took thousands of dollars from me by putting it into ad revenue for their shitty website. And they did so much bad shit with my account that my account got deleted. And I lost 20 years of photos of my childhood, of my family, my dad who, you know, and Facebook being Facebook wouldn't even hear me out to try and get it back to me. So seeing this is giving me some immense PTSD flashbacks. Like, yeah, I get wanting vengeance for what this guy did to you as a kid, but people grow, dude. Oh, now you do that? Now you do that? It's been 3 hours worth of footage, and only now you decide to unplug the computer? I'm starting to take a wild guess that that's not going to be enough. I'm gonna say that he's evolved past that. So, victim guy, once you have your vengeance, what will you have? Because all you've been doing is destroying, buddy. After everything you've destroyed, after everything you've lost, after all this destruction and vengeance you sought, what do you have now? Was it worth it? This. He's still alive? Of course he is. We didn't see the body, therefore by movie logic, he's still alive. The true arch-villain has exposed themselves. And now the Dark Lord wants to break out of this world. Oh, that's mean. That's mean. Oh, you cannot tease him with that. Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Yes. Dun 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 dun. Transformation Central.
Oh no, he's gonna merge with him, isn't he? Ladies and gentlemen, I am thoroughly immersed. This has been a very long video, and I'm sorry for making it twice as long as it needed to be, but my insight is very important. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are very likely gonna go and watch the other stuff as well at some point. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed this. Please make sure you go and give the support to Alan Becker and his constant ongoing project. And whenever the next episode of this comes out, we will certainly come back to watch it. So thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys next time.